Tom Cloud with the bi-weekly precious metals market update. I want to jump right into where we are economically and the landslide I see coming to the negative side. Let me start this out by saying in 1980, Jimmy Carter was running for re-election. He'd been president, he had this high inflation, he was growing the budget, he was throwing social programs in, and it was an explosion in the budget, was exploding in cost to the American public. Today, we pick up the day and see that President Trump has a budget of $4.8 trillion starting on October 1st, 2020 for the 2021 year. Remember, the fiscal year ends on September 30th. So we're in the 2020 budget right now. For 2021, Trump is proposing $4.8 trillion. Now let's go back just to 1980, 40 years ago. Jimmy Carter's budget was $500 billion. Trump's is $4.8 trillion. The size of government has grown 9.5 times, and we act like nothing's happened. They've been such bad money managers, both parties. It made difference, Democrats, Republicans. Economically, they've done the same. They run up deficits that are unsustainable and are going to bankrupt and kill the American dollar without any possibility that won't happen. The question is when and how long will it take till the rest of the world will not take dollars, paper dollars, in payment for anything. So let me say it in another way. 1980, $500 billion was the total budget. 2021, $4.8 trillion, 9.5 times. The interest on the budget deficit back there was like $30 billion. Today, it's over $600 billion just on the interest. So when you see deficits of $1.2 trillion, $1.3 trillion, they're not going down. Guaranteed, they're not going down. They're going up, and they're going up faster. We now have a $23 trillion plus deficit. If you don't believe it, please get you a pen and write down this. usdebtclock.org. usdebtclock.org. And look where the deficit is, and that would include future obligations. This is cash basis. We're over 23 trillion and going like a freight train downhill. And it's going to get worse and worse. And then you start throwing in things like this Cronus disease. See airlines losing megabucks every day because flights are canceled all over the world because of Cronus. We see earthquakes. We see everything out there, hurricanes increasing. And that's the way it is prophetically. If you're a Bible believer, this is happening right before your eyes. It's just fulfillment of what was promised by God in his book, the Bible. And yet we sit and believe in paper money. How in the world anybody can have investments and not have gold? I can't understand it. You can't explain it to me. And when it does happen, I promise you will, when you wake up one day and your paper number is gone down significantly, because remember, if you want to sell a stock or a bond, somebody has to buy it. What happens when nobody wants it? There's no bids. It doesn't go down like this or like this. It goes like this. So you got to realize that paper is going to be extinct in a few years. If you don't have something to back your money, you're not going to trust a bank with it. Central banks have figured it out. They're the largest buyers of gold in the world. Gold is at $1,600 today. $1,600. We went up 19.5% last year. We're up 5%. We're not even through the second month yet. This is going to be another tremendous year for gold as central banks realize the only way this problem is going to be solved in the future is to have something to back paper money. And ever who puts that something up, I think it'll be gold. That's where money's going to go. Are you going to keep your money in U.S. money markets when there's nothing backing it but the good faith of the government? No, you're going to move it to, maybe it's the Chinese currency, maybe it's a Swiss currency. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it will be backed by something like gold and probably gold. And we've already seen that through what's going on in the Basel Agreement last spring, when gold is put in along with commercial paper of certain ratings and government bonds of certain ratings and gold. That's it. Stocks aren't cash. Real estate's not cash. Only gold. So I tell you, you're going to sit in and just watch this thing progressively go. And I really believe, as I said on my first thing this year, don't be surprised to see 1,850, a new high, taken out this year. But if it doesn't take it out, I think it'll get in the 1,750 to 1,800 range and could go higher. And when there's volatility, don't worry about it. That's just people playing futures, trying to hammer it down to give themselves one more chance to get in at a lower price before it explodes up. So hopefully you'll understand paper money a little bit better. It's never worked. There's never been a currency in the history of civilization that has survived that went off the gold standard, and the US dollar will not be the first. Thank you for all the great compliments on the way that we're sourcing things now. I spend most of my time sourcing incredible deals through my reputation of 44 years of doing this and just being a broker, being friends with all the wholesalers. And then when they have to buy something more than they really want, they call and say, we'll give you this great deal. Can you move it quickly if we drop the premium way below normal? And hopefully many of y'all have taken advantage of what I've done the last 7 weeks. It's been incredible. So hopefully we'll continue to be able to find these deals, and it's working great. But certainly the one we just put out yesterday on the 18th of May, 2020, 1.9% over spot for $20 gold pieces minted by the U.S. Mint between 1856 and 1908. Unbelievable. I mean, we're like 5 to 8% lower than anybody out there. I mean, that's unheard of when you're dealing with a product that has no difference, just how much they mark them up. So also we're getting a lot of calls about setting up self-directed precious metals IRAs. We can be your broker and your representative. We cannot be your custodian, but we can help you. We have a lot of clients that are baby boomers that are rolling out their 401ks and making two IRAs. One self-directed IRA for gold and silver, and one self-directed IRA for stocks and bonds. And that's what we're advising people to do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, but diversify. So if you need our help, you can call Dan Scoggins or I at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. And we'll be happy to talk to you about the gold and silver market. And in 2 weeks, we'll answer your questions again and update anything we see in the market. Till 2 weeks from today, this is Tom Cloud signing out with the latest precious metals market update.